Why can I hear the wind? So today I am doing not an art video like I should be doing, but today I'm doing a video that I wanted to make for a while. So today I wanted to talk about something that is very important in the modern era. More and more young people, just like myself, are making internet-based friendship. And this has become pretty common, and it's actually a pretty fun thing to do. But there are also dangers, not to sound like a boomer. So as someone who has experience with this and has had many successful internet friendships, I kind of just want to talk about this and share some general safety tips. I don't really see many other young people talking about this, and that's kind of strange. Number one, and this is probably one of my biggest ones, don't ever start talking to someone who randomly messages you on social media. Why is this such a big deal, you might be wondering? This is a big deal for multiple reasons. Number one, anyone can create a social media account and pretend to be someone else. Number two, you have no idea who this person is or where they're coming from or if anything on their account is even verified, if it's even actually them on their account. And number three, usually they're targeting you for some reason, whether to get you in like a pyramid scheme scam, to get you to sell your nudes, I don't know. Usually, if someone just randomly starts messaging you, they either want something from you or they're pretending to be someone else. I've had this happen to me many times. Random dudes online will start messaging me thinking like, I'm gonna respond and want to interact with them. This is just kind of a general thing. If it's someone you know or someone your friend knows, that's a different situation entirely. Number two, and this might sound a little paranoid, number two, always assume that they aren't who they say they are until they can verify who they are. Now this one is kind of paranoid sounding, but hear me out. Say we have someone named Granny Smith. Granny Smith and you started talking about a month ago, and you're getting along really well, you like each other, but you're having a hard time verifying who she really is. Granny Smith doesn't have any social media. Granny Smith, you've exchanged some pictures, so you know what Granny Smith looks like, but you're still having a hard time verifying who this person is. Until Granny Smith can verify she is in fact Granny Smith, it's usually safer to assume that Granny Smith is greatly exaggerating or not telling you the entire truth. Which this brings me up to another point. Don't ignore a red flag. If Granny Smith is just sending you pictures that seem like they were taken from somewhere, or they seem kind of fake, weird, and you're like, is this actually Granny Smith? Or she's giving inconsistent stories, that's a red flag. Do not ignore them. The minute you see one, remember it. Put it up somewhere. Put a sticky note on your bedroom wall. Ignoring red flags is a really stupid thing to do in any relationship, and it's even more dangerous to do when you're interacting with someone online. Which brings me up to another relevant point. Reverse search an image. So Granny Smith sent you a picture of her the other day, and something about it seems a little familiar, or something about it seems a little off. Reverse searching an image is basically it searches other platforms that this exact picture might be on. So say it's a pretty unknown model from like 3 years ago before they had an actual modeling contract. A lot of catfishers, a lot of fake internet people will find pictures of someone who's not overly attractive or overly fake looking, and they will use them. So in reverse searching their image, you can find out if, first of all, if you reverse search the image and A, it pops up, or B, similar images of the same person pop up, it's probably not Granny Smith. Following that thought, do FaceTime. If you and Granny Smith have been talking for a while and you're very comfortable with each other, I would recommend FaceTiming or doing some kind of video call. Now, it's better to do the face-to-face thing so that you can verify, wait, Granny Smith is actually this person. They sent me this picture, she looks like this person, this is Granny Smith. FaceTime is kind of a foolproof thing, they can't really fake it, and it's a red flag if they just refuse to do FaceTime or send any more pictures. It all kind of connects. And then another point. I was starting off with numbers and then I forgot them. So the next thing I want to say is don't meet up with them alone. This is a thing that unfortunately a lot of people do, and it ends up not very good. So I'm not saying you're gonna get murdered or raped necessarily, but there have been many situations where people meet someone online and they go to meet them in person and it's not who they think they are. Do not ever, and I mean ever, meet up with someone who you met online alone. Take a friend, take a parent, have someone sitting, and always Meet in a public space with a lot of people around. If you don't want your friend sitting at, say, a coffee table where you're going to be meeting your new internet friend, have them sit at a table near you to keep an eye on you. Follow up that point if say you and Granny Smith are going to meet up for coffee for the first time ever, and Granny Smith comes in and you're like, oh, that's Granny Smith. I haven't been catfished. You haven't been catfished, but there's still a danger. Don't go anywhere alone with this person. Do not get in their car. Do not go take a walk. Do not wander off alone or away from the public with this friend. I might sound paranoid in saying this, but the truth is you still don't know if Granny Smith is actually Granny Smith. Another thing is, don't hide the fact that you have internet friendships. A lot of parents, you know, they're like unfamiliar with this as a concept. And I remember when I told my mother about an internet friend, she was kind of weirded out by it. It's better to tell someone about it. Because the more you try and hide something, the further on it goes into the friendship, the weirder it gets. It's still hard for me to talk about this friend with my parents and with my siblings because I hid one internet friendship for almost 2 years, and so anytime we talk about him, it just feels like,
wait, how did they find out?
So don't hide the fact that you have an internet friendship. One thing that again makes me sound very paranoid, maybe I am paranoid. So say you get a message from Adam Smith. Say you have a friend named Kayla who has a brother named Toby. Adam is claiming to be friends with Toby. It's not really hard to find out about people and the school and the connection. If someone is claiming to live near you or live in your same town, ask multiple people. In the end, you might be saving yourself some trouble. Another thing I really want to emphasize, don't let this person know, no matter who they are, no matter where they're from, where you're from. So I live in a kind of small town, so it's kind of creepier to tell someone where you live online. If you live in a really big city, it doesn't matter as much, but if you live in a smaller town, I'd say under 30,000 people, there is a danger in telling someone about where you live, because they can look you up by name. It's really not that hard to figure out where someone lives, and to also get their personal phone number. Again, I grew up in a small town, so I've seen this, so it's pretty easy to find people if you really want to. All in all, my biggest tip is just to play it safe. Make the smartest decisions you can, and to use your logic and to trust your gut instincts. My last tip would be, don't be shy about blocking someone. If you're getting really weird vibes from someone, if they're low-key sus, don't be afraid to block them. Blocking someone cuts off their point of communication with you, so they have nothing to work with anymore, and they'll move on to their next victim if they truly are catfish. And another thing, don't be afraid. If you're talking to Granny Smith or you're talking to Adam and everything seems to be going fine and they're not giving any red flags and they can verify they are who they say they are, just have fun with it. You can really tell people online it feels more. They get to know you better and you get to know them a lot better. Internet friendships are a wonderful thing, just be cautious. Trust your instincts and listen to your gut. I don't want to be pushy. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you like this video or you like topics like this, please give it a thumbs up so I can know what to make videos on in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I will see you all here next week.